All right, what's up, guys? We got some breaking news today from corporate and our chief medical officer. Up until now, with this new worldwide threat, there hasn't really been good testing for it. So unless you are very, very sick in the hospital and expressing just terrible symptoms, they wouldn't test you. They would only test incredibly sick people. And so this is why the numbers of this threat have stayed very, very low up until this past weekend. Something very important changed this last weekend. On Sunday night specifically, 2 labs have just come out with new tests. And now hospitals across the country are going to be testing just about everybody that is in a facility or who comes into a facility for this threat. And so this week specifically, we're going to see numbers skyrocket. We're probably going to see headlines that are fear mongering with the intention of selling more media. But the reality of this is they just are now able to test it so much more efficiently and so much more effectively. And I just want to let you guys know that, again, we talked about this in the previous video about this topic, that this threat can express very mild symptoms. And you can even have this respiratory distress without even really knowing what the cause is because the symptoms are so minimal. Now, unless you are an elderly person who has comorbid conditions, meaning if you're elderly and you have diabetes, you're elderly, you have respiratory disease, you're elderly, you have heart disease, then the risk is very, very low for mortality. So the mortality rate is incredibly low unless you have one of these comorbid conditions in an elderly individual. So how do we protect ourselves? So again, we protect ourselves by using plant-based medicine essential oils like we always do. So it doesn't matter what the threat is, we're just going to continue doing what we do every single day. And one of the easiest things to do is to use the On Guard sanitizing mist. It's amazing. It's 64% ethyl alcohol, and then our On Guard blend of oils, which is rosemary, eucalyptus, wild orange, clove, and cinnamon. Very historic blend. And this blend specifically is with the 64% ethyl alcohol is very powerful in de-enveloping viruses and preventing the infection, preventing the spread. So with all that being said, this is the best oil to use, and especially sanitizing mist, because you can just spray it on your hands and boom, you're safe. Spray it on surfaces that are touched a lot. Spray it on your children before they go to school, when they get home from school. And it's going to be just a very effective. So again, and then use On Guard, the oil at the end of the day and the beginning of the day, 3 drops as therapeutic dose on the feet or somewhere on their body, and diffuse it in the air, because this is what is going to be the most effective essential oil for your health and your family's health during this so-called crisis that we're going to see this week. So keep your eyes open. You're going to see these headlines. There's going to be a lot of fear. There's going to be a lot of scare tactics. And just don't be afraid. Don't buy into the hype, because we're just going to continue to do what we always do for our immune system, for protection, and what we do. And the last thing, you guys, this is really cool. Chiropractic adjustments. I mentioned in the video that I just posted today. Chiropractic adjustments are very effective for increasing our immune system, for protecting our body, for staying healthy. There's a whole article on the 1918 flu pandemic on like medical care versus chiropractic care and the amount of deaths. Chiropractic care absolutely destroyed the medical system when it came to fighting off the flu pandemic in 1918. So you guys can research that on your own. It's pretty powerful. It's amazing. But continue to do what you always do. We'll see you on the next video.